Hey guys, welcome to this week's video where I will be touching base with another use case on how to integrate AI with your chatbot. Last week I was more into using OpenAI to generate certain tweets, right? To be able to basically automate my tweet that goes towards my profile directly by using my chatbot OpenAI and Publi to publish the tweets that are generated by OpenAI. This week I want to show you how we can generate images with the integration and OpenAI. So you will need a few things before you will be able to get started. First of all, you will need to install the new mini app for OpenAI. This is a different one that I showed you last week because there is a new version that came out. So if we go towards that specific mini app store, I can show you what it looks like. So if we go towards mini apps and just search for OpenAI, you will see that we have this mini app. Use OpenAI to generate images, check the text moderation, or using AI to generate a response. So this is the app that you will need to install. Once installed, it will ask you for an API key. And if you do not know how to find that API key, just go towards your OpenAI account at beta.openai.com and then go towards your personal profile on the top right corner. Press it and then you will be able to view the API keys. You can create a new secret key and you can use that inside of your mini app. Once installed, you can go back towards your chatbot, and this is how I basically set it up. Just a really fun flow, really short, few notes to just test the integration. So the first question will be to ask what kind of image that the user will like, be as detailed as possible, and I will save this to a custom field called response. In the mini app, as you can see here, I will just redo this. So let me just delete it, go with a new item inside the action block, integration, and then go with the OpenAI mini app. Not the native integration, because that does not contain the the generating of images, but just go with the mini app that I showed you and installed, right? So once going there, you'll be able to press edit action and then choose the middle one, generate image. From here you will have a prompt. So the prompt in this case is saved to a custom field called response. Then you can select an image size. So let's say I'm going with a 512 by 512. The number of images I will just set to 1, just to generate a per image basis. You can generate up till 10 images if you like to. I will just leave it at 1, and then I have an OpenAI response custom field where I will save the image URL. Just press save, and then from here I'm just going to output it by saying take a look below and see if you like the image first name. You can download the image and then another button to try it again. So let's see if we can generate a few fun images, right? So let's preview this. Let's do it inside of a pop-up and let's see what we can get back. So first the question will be to what kind of image would you like, be as detailed as possible. So let's say I am going to create a blog post and I am creating a blog post with the title of online working online, working from home, right? And I want to show some kind of difference between working from home and going to the office and having a meeting there. So what I could say is this is a pretty short description, so let's see how well the generation goes. It will just take up to 5 seconds in most times, and there you will have it. So let's see if we download, when pressing the download image button, what kind of image that we get back. So let's take a look. So here we have our meeting room, a meeting table with a sort of projector at the middle of the table and a projector screen. So let's see if we can get some other feedback. So let's say try it again. Something completely different. So let's say I'm going with a sort of landscape. So let's say I want to have a Japanese garden with blossom trees and a running river. So let's see something totally different and see what we get, right? These kinds of images I could also use inside of blog posts, and when talking about traveling ideas or traveling use cases, case studies, right? So let's see what we get. So let's say press download image. And this is actually a pretty nice image. Blossom trees, running river, and a little bit, and don't know if it's a really Japanese theme. It does look like a decent image. We can just save this by downloading it and then use it inside of a blog post. Generated within just a few seconds, sorry. So let's try it one more time. And let's see how well it does with people, because image AI generators and generating people often result in a lot of issues. And I do know that OpenAI and the DALL-E model, I believe, is not the best for image generations, especially not for faces and persons. But let's see how well it does, right? So let's just see what we get back. So something completely different again, and maybe we can use these kinds of images also in blog post or somewhere else, social media, something like that. So let's say download image, and it's actually a pretty decent image. I would have expected to get a much more distorted face. The eyes are often a problem. It seems that the left ear, if you look at it, it's the right ear, but it's actually left. It's a little bit distorted. The hand going towards the mouth is actually pretty decent, and the one at the bottom is, well, it's not the best, but it is pretty okay. And this is an image that you can use as well, right? So I'm actually surprised that this image worked, to be honest, because I was not expecting that the OpenAI model would generate a good looking image this way. So you can see that with just a few steps that you can generate images through your chatbot using the integration with OpenAI and just have some fun with it. You can use it to generate images for your blog post, for example, for on your website. Maybe you need some kind of graphic. That is something that you can do as well. So let's say we want to generate a graphic. Let's see how well the OpenAI model does that. So let's see if this might provide some kind of graphic that you could also use as an icon or stuff like that. So if we say download image, it's actually not too bad again, right? So it does exactly what we described. It is a whiteboard. It shows analytics with a graph style. Also a line, it seems. But this is something that you can use, and it's just fun to play around with. And it actually, if we take a look at the usage inside of OpenAI, so if I go towards my usages, today I generated, let's see, I used 20 requests, and I used up about 29 cents for those 20 requests. So I produced and tested with 20 different kinds of images, and I used about 29 cents, which is really not too bad for image generation tools. So OpenAI is also not that expensive to use in this regard, right? So if you like this video, do consider dropping a like, because it will help me out. And if you want to see some kind of use case, and maybe with OpenAI or with something else, another integration, do let me know down in the video comment section below, and I will add it towards my list and try to record it as soon as possible. For now, have a great day, take care, and I will talk to you really, really soon.